Hello everybody, this is Nuzcraft, and welcome back to Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. We have a brand new sword, we have the Kezu Shock Sword, and we're going to be taking on a new monster with it today. So we're still in our 3-star Elder quests, and the next key quest we need to take on is the Water Wyvern in the Desert. We're going to be taking down a Plesioth. It's from the Proud Hunter. I found a giant water wyvern in a cave in the desert. I can't defeat it because it stays underwater. Slay it for me, and the glory is all yours. That quest description actually sounds very similar to the Plesioth quest description from the base Monster Hunter on the PlayStation 2. So, before we get started, we do have the Kezu Shock Sword, which will be doing some thunder damage. We also, which is good against Plesioth. We also are going to be bringing sonic bombs and frogs for the. These are potential ways to get Plesioth out of the water, and I've grabbed a couple hot drinks because we'll be in the desert, but we'll be in the cave. So this should be an interesting hunt. Right, let's grab our supplies. We won't be able to grab those sonic bombs. Oh yeah, we will. I only brought 8. Good. Good. Alright. Let's grab a ration, and we'll chug a hot drink. And we'll get our paintballs ready to go, and then we will jump down the well into the cave. And I don't see the Plesioth out here, so it must be up in Area 7. To my knowledge, those are the only areas that Plesioth can go to. And so those are the areas that we're going to be sticking to. I don't have any specific bugs that I'm looking for right now, since we got the thunder bugs that we needed for the sword. But it's always good to do a little bit of bug catching when you can. Oops, I went the wrong way. Where am I going? We need to go back the other direction. Oh goodness, my brain is going down. Hopefully this Plesioth isn't too difficult of a fight. This is a game where Plesioth still has a pretty gnarly hip check that we'll want to keep an eye on. I don't know how much they changed it from Monster Hunter on the PlayStation 2 through to Freedom Unite, but I think it still had the reputation of being a killer here in this game. So we'll want to keep an eye on that. Ah, cutscene. Look at that fin, look at those scales, look at those teeth. This should be at the very least an interesting hunt. Plesioth is a cool monster, if a bit tall. Alright, so we are going to see if we can sneak up on it and fish it out with a frog. This doesn't always work. I believe you can make it work a little bit easier if you've got like a smoke bomb. I'd have to deal with these Apsaros. on, let me around. We'll see if this works, or if we need to deal with those Apsaros. I feel like it's just not gonna work. Oh, there it goes. Hey, we got it! So we used the frog to fish up the Plesioth. This actually does do damage to the monster. So this is a good opportunity. Oh, what is going on? Oh, it spotted us. Oh, listen to that. Did like quite a bit of damage. There's a hip check. There's a wiggle wiggle. The wiggle actually does quite a bit of damage as well. Right, let's make sure we're ready to go. Yep, so the hip check does quite a bit of damage. You can't really roll through it that well either. Is Apsaros. So we're gonna want to heal up. Get a little bit of health in us. Oop, this might be bad for us. That's okay. Get our block up so that we don't take as much damage. The sound this sword makes is just awesome. This is my first time using our Keju sword, and this is a pretty good use for it. Do a little bit of combo here. Take the hip check. And run right back in the water. We got a good smack on it. And this is where we grab our sonic bombs. They should help us get it out of the water. We don't have to. It comes out for us. There we go. I don't think... Yeah, Plesioth doesn't stay on the ground for that long. Wow, that just does so much damage. The wiggle does a lot of damage too. So we definitely want to get out of the way. Oh, we got lucky. That hitbox is actually pretty big. Thought I had more first aid meds, but I don't. Like I should have brought more potions. Alright, we lost a little bit of sharpness. We're going to want to get that back. When it does this little chicken run, I think it goes and jumps in the water. Which is where we might want to sonic it if it stays in the zone. Looks like it's going into the cave. Okay. So that was our first bout against Plesioth. Things seem to generally do okay. I really like this sword, like the sound that it makes. And the thunder is a really good element against Plesioth. I was looking it up ahead of time. And so that's really awesome. This is definitely, for monsters that are weak to thunder, this is definitely our best sword. Not sure if this will reach us. Alright, let's go ahead and get our potions up. Ooh, ouchies. Yeah, see, that hitbox is kind of big. We missed. Is it going back in the water? Yeah, it's going back in the water. Kind of wait for it to do its little pop-up thing. And we'll see if we can do something to it with the Sonic Bomb. Yeah, this thing. So that should make it come out on land. Yes, perfect. See if we can get a little charge here. We missed. The combo action, and we get smacked around. Potion, potion. Potion, potion. And we get paralyzed by the Vespoid. Now, this is potentially kind of bad. Oh, nope, we're okay. We're able to get out of the way. That, but we're like out of healing. We really need to not get hit by the hip check anymore. I say as I get hit by the hip check. I probably need to start running the other direction. We could be on this side of Plesioth. It's a little bit easier to avoid the hip check. And be a little bit more active guarding. And we have fallen unconscious. I can't remember if that's our first feint on camera. Definitely not my first feint. There's nothing else in here for us. We can take the hot drink. We have rations. There's not much more for us to do besides just try and be a little bit more careful. And if we really need to, come back to the bed. Alright, so it should swim down. Alright, we got the crab, and now let's go for the fish. Alright, we're doing okay. Oops. Okay, that's good. Definitely being on this side of the fish is better. Gonna jump in the water again? Yep. Yep, jump in the water. But its fin is down. And its fin is down, which means that it's almost dead. Which is good. I think I want to wait and see if it comes out of the water. Because I think it has to sleep on land. And so if it has to sleep, if its fin was actually down, which I think it was, and then it's theoretically going to need to go to sleep, it might get out of the water to do that. It's not moving. So we're just going to go for it. Oh no, I went the wrong way. Dang it. Okay. I did it again. It seems like if they swim out that way, it should go that way. But that's not the case. So let's get out there and slice up a fishy. Seriously, it went back into the other area. Okay. Okay, we can deal. I'm actually pretty excited to spend some time fighting Plesioth. The Kezu shock sword is like the best sword that I have for monsters. Ooh, we can maybe fish it out again. It's the best sword that I have for monsters that are weak to thunder, but the Plesioth water sword will be really good for monsters that are weak to water. If we're lucky, we'll be able to kill this Plesioth with this fish, or with this frog. Come on, buddy. Take the frog. I know they're your favorite. So the reason that we were able to do this is because we didn't have the eye icon next to us. That meant that the Plesioth spotted us. And so because the Plesioth hasn't spotted us yet, we can do a little bit of fishing, and hopefully this Vespoid doesn't... Oh, Vespoid. Is it gonna spot us? There's the Vespoid again. I was like a second too late. We probably could have fished out the Plesioth if the Vespoid hadn't messed with us. Okay, well, if we ever get out of this paralysis, let's try again. Okay, Telly, do your job. Thank you. Come on, come on! I just want to fish you out. Get the little froggy. Get the little froggy. You can do it. You know you want it. It's a tasty red froggy. There we go. Get out of here. Perfect. Get a nice charge slash on here. And we have defeated the fish. And we get some Plesioth stuff. Small lobster shell, Plesioth scale. All good things, all good things. And technically, let's see if I can show this off. Status. The kitchen skill that I got from my meal was Ultra Lucky Cat. Ultra Lucky Cat, which means that I have a chance to get extra materials from this quest. So that's a good thing. So yeah, that was Plesioth. We will be fighting a subspecies of Plesioth, the green Plesioth, here in the village 3-star. I don't think we're going to do it next. A couple Plesioth in a row can get kind of bothersome, especially because like the green Plesioth and the regular Plesioth, I don't remember how different they actually are, for one. And for two, I'm out of frogs. I only had 2 frogs, so I'm probably going to want to spend some time gathering more frogs before we take on green Plesioth. Or more Plesioth in general, because I'm going to need some more Plesioth stuff for that sword. We fainted once. That's okay. I need to make sure that I'm stocking up on potions before quests. It kind of makes sense. You know, we're in the middle of low rank. It's probably time to be prepared with healing. Things just hit a little bit harder now, and they will continue to as we get into 4-star. So, a couple things that I want to show off before we go. I have a lot more swords than I did last time you saw me, and this Plesioth water sword, we still need 1 scale, 1 fin, and then 1 mega demon drug, and then we'll be able to make that. And so this sword is pretty good because it has 576 attack, green sharpness, 390 water, which is actually kind of a lot of water. I mean, for great swords, it's not like element isn't really a lot of anything. But the current sword that we have, the Kezu Shock Sword, has 220 thunder. And so the extra 390 water, even though the attack of the Shock Sword is greater than the attack of the Water Sword, the water element of the Water Sword outpaces the difference in attack. So yeah, the Water Sword will be really good for things that are weak to water. Okay, so what I wanted to show off was some of my new weapons. So Buster Blade we had, Ravager Blade we had, Sentinel we had. Though I guess we can look at this Sentinel. Yeah, the Sentinel is set up so that the really thick part, kind of up towards the hilt, will expand out and serve as a bigger shield, which is why the Sentinel gives plus 20 defense. White Serpent Blade we had. I've got 2 of them because there's 2 Serpent Blade trees that I'm going to have to upgrade down. The Golem Blade Plus is new. And it... Oops. Yes, that's fine. And it looks pretty cool. It looks like a giant jaw blade, but we're smacking the monster with like a sharpened side, so it's got the teeth on the backside. And so that's pretty cool. It's not quite as good as some of the other weapons that we have, just because like the attack just isn't quite high enough all of the time. So yeah, compared to like the Kezu Shock Sword, the Kezu Shock Sword is just better in pretty much all respects. The Barbaroi blade is new. I was pretty excited to get this one. And this weapon looks just really cool. We've seen this one in later games as well. But this was like a fire sword. And it's cool. It's got like a skull at the top where it's like an axe. Not the greatest in terms of actual stats. Like there's just that sliver of green, and the attack isn't very high, but it's cool, and it's going to upgrade into some cool stuff later. The red pincer, which is the daimyo greatsword, looks legit. It's like this giant crab claw that you just smack down on monsters. I was using this for a while. And it doesn't look super sharp, right? Because it's so thick, but it's just cool. Like the idea that you're just smashing monsters with a crab claw. And then we've got the Kezu shock sword. So here we see some examples. Previously we talked about weapons and how to understand which weapons are better than other weapons. So the red pincer has 720 attack, all yellow sharpness, no green. And the Kezu shock sword has 624 attack, green sharpness, and some thunder element. Generally, the Kezu shock sword is going to do more damage because it has the extra green, which is has a damage multiplier of like 1.125 or something like that, and then it's got the extra thunder attached to it. But the other interesting thing about using red pincer for a while was the charge. When you charge up a charge slash, it gives some sort of natural immunity to bouncing, some sort of natural mind's eye. And so what I found was when I was using the red pincer, because it was generally doing more damage, I was planning on charging my attacks more because it was less likely to bounce than I was to do some combos, right, where you do like the downswing and then the upswing and then maybe the side swing, because all of those combo hits were more likely to bounce than to just sheath my sword and find another opportunity to do a charged draw attack. So I thought that was interesting. Anyways, that's going to be it for today. We took down the fish, and next time I think we're going to take on maybe purple Gypceros, which is a subspecies of Gypceros. We'll see, we might be doing something different. But yeah, that'll happen when we get there. Thank you so much for joining me. We will see you in the next one.